Hi everybody, welcome to a low on health video. Today is Sunday, December 19th, 2010. It's around 7 p.m. It's been kind of a really interesting week, more or less. I will start off by saying I finally got the Wii working with Wii cables and whatnot. I bought a bunch of kind of jank third-party Chinese Wii cables, sensor bar, AV cables, component cables, and power cables through Amazon and whatnot. In which case, kudos to Amazon again. This was actually the third order I placed through Amazon, one each week after Thanksgiving, believe it or not. And with even free shipping, they got these orders to me within 3 to 4 days. So kudos to Amazon for being on top of stuff, especially this holiday season. Even with the free shipping, that is awesome. But I got the Wii set up, and I've basically been chewing through the Wii games. Of course, I'll do my game reviews later and whatnot, but I find I have very low tolerance for Wii games as a whole. I really don't enjoy the whole, basically, waggling this around to do an attack. I'm all for the games that let me play them like this, and I love Wii Sports Resort because it uses the sensor thing, but have a very big issue with a lot of the games that require you to do a lot of waggling. Love the games that you basically just use it as a controller. I will say so far, of all the kind of Wii games I'll play real quick, I do want to mention Kirby's Epic Yarn. I found to be delightful. I very much enjoyed the game immensely, and I really find that to kind of be my favorite, Wii game so far this year. And unless I get the Galaxy or New Super Mario Bros., it probably will be my Wii game of the year, and probably actually be my top 10 games of the year. It was just a really solid, fun game. Of course, I'll go into detail later, but I really do enjoy Kirby's Epic Yarn, despite Entertainment Weekly giving it the worst game of the year, which is just stupid because they gave it a B+ in their publication, whatever. But moving on here, so I got the Wii working. I also want to mention kind of a downer thing. I basically got this nice little letter from my mortgage company in the mail talking about my escrow, which I knew was going to be going up. I knew there was going to be a shortage because I added sinkhole coverage because it got taken off a couple years ago because I need ground coverage, sinkhole coverage, so I had it added. So I knew there was going to be a little bit of an increase to my mortgage statement. But the thing I got today letting me know how much the shortage was and how it's going to impact my yearly mortgage payments. It is quite substantial, to a point where it's scary. I don't want to go into too many details, but I will have to be making further cuts in my already very streamlined and non-frills lifestyle. So that basically means I will be canceling my Blockbuster thing. Of course, Blockbuster, just like I was using with my GameFly, I was using to chew through video games, and I'm very much happy with Blockbuster, and I have literally probably played over a dozen games from them the past 3 to 4 weeks, but I will be canceling my subscription with them to save money. Granted, their selection isn't that great, and the game I got from the day had scratches everywhere and wouldn't play. But nonetheless, I will be canceling my Blockbuster and looking forward to not playing any new games in 2011. Maybe some 3DS games, but I doubt that because I won't be able to afford that now because I'm making the cuts. Also cut is the low on health server. I will still, of course, I do own lowonhealth.com, and it will now basically port you off to my YouTube page. So basically, Low on Health will more or less become a YouTube page. I'll probably have to do a new intro for that. And now that I won't have any really new games to play, I'll have tons of time to work on doing all my end of year stuff and do a bunch of end of year videos. So check back soon because there's going to be a new playlist on this side or wherever the playlists are. That are going to have all my end of the year stuff and all my previous end of the year stuff. I'll basically be re-recording or recording all those articles up too. So that's going to be cool. So I got a bunch of projects up ahead as I make more and more cuts, basically Blockbuster and the server for Low on Health, which was only $50 a year, but who cares? Nobody really went to Low on Health whatsoever. But so that just kind of sucked. I'm just trying to make cuts and everything. But I do want to mention I took a day off this week. I actually had took this Friday off just because I was planning ahead for the Lingerie Bowl, which I didn't decide to do, and then I was going to take it off to see Tron, which I was originally not going to do either. I was going to, and then not after I played the video game. But I had this Friday off, which is cool. I wanted to see what would happen with work and just take a day off. And then I realized I was going to have the next 3 weekends as 3 days because of Christmas and New Year. So that was kind of cool. And on my day off, I actually went and had lunch with my grandma and mom. That was kind of cool. We went to this a new restaurant that I was eyeing for a while and had a little breakfast there and actually ate everything. I didn't get a box to go like I always do, which was kind of interesting because they did get boxes to go because this place was just amazing. It's called the Madison Restaurant on Madison Street. It's actually by where my warehouse is. And really a great atmosphere, great prices, and great food. I was really impressed with the place. And then also on my day off, I was just kind of relaxing and chilling, playing video games and whatnot. And popped on to Darren online, and he was mentioning he was going to see Tron in 3D. And a bunch of his friends were getting together. Like, he bought the tickets ahead of time. And I'm like, well, whatever, you know what, I'll go see it. Kind of a spur of the moment thing. I usually don't do those type of things often. So I was like, yeah, whatever, Darren. So I actually drove out to Darren's out at Wesley Chapel, which was, you know, the nice drive. But it was basically the same, probably closer than going down the channel side or something to see it in 3D. And actually went with Darren to go see it in 3D. And we met up with a bunch of people at the Roadhouse, which is kind of the only restaurant out there that is awesome. The bread is awesome. The food is priced. Got me a little pina colada, which we all know I love immensely. And then went to go see Tron, and we actually got the Cinebistro tickets, which are kind of the uber expensive tickets, because the tickets were already $14, so we might as well pay $3 more because they're already expensive, because you have to get these really cool 3D glasses to see it in 3D, which I'll get to in a second. But the whole Cinebistro experience alone was awesome. It was very kind of highbrow. I was more or less impressed by how posh it was. The bathroom had nice little like cloth paper towels. And the seating was awesome. I didn't realize when I picked out my seat, I thought that was an area, but it was the actual seat B13 I was picking out. And it was awesome because I picked it out because there was nobody around it. And that was awesome. I basically had this nice like leather kind of plush seat, and there was nobody around me to bug me or anything. They had like waiters and stuff to take your drink orders, in which case the drinks were expensive, and I didn't bother because I was already poor, as we know. But as a theater-going experience, it was possibly the best theater experience I've ever had. I was really impressed with it, because you're up on kind of a balcony, you have the plebeians below watching the movie. But I do want to mention real quick, Tron in itself, which of course I'll just cue up the trailer here so we have something in the background. Tron, the movie itself, I found it really interesting. When the movie started, it had this whole, like, some shots were shot in 2D and are presented in 2D, other shots were presented in 3D. So basically letting you know the whole movie wasn't all 3D, which a lot of people aren't like, huh? So the first, like, 15 minutes of the movie, I was just wearing the glasses like this. And before they even get into the grid, it's all just 2D. Basically, like stuff you see in this trailer isn't 3D. It's all just 2D. And then even some close up shots in the grid are 2D too. So like maybe half the movie was in 2D, which was kind of disheartening to me. The movie in itself was okay, nothing great. I wasn't amazed with it. The 3D in itself, I really wasn't wowed with. Maybe because they didn't really do any cool things with it, or it was done well. It wasn't done intrusively. There weren't any like ping pong, or I spill a bunch of popcorn and it comes out the screen type stuff. But it was just really interesting to kind of watch the movie, and then like you'll see a scene. I'm like, let me check something, and I would kind of move my glasses down, and I could basically see the background better because the glasses didn't, and you could actually see better detail in the background on the 2D shots. So that was just really weird. I don't know if that's indicative of 3D movies or live action 3D movies. I guess like the Pixar and the CG movies can do all 3D, like Avatar and stuff. But it definitely turned me off of 3D movies in a whole, and kind of just proved my my idea, and proved my opinion that it's not worth it and it's not that great. But as a theater-going experience, the whole cinema experience was awesome because you have your own little balcony. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to deal with people around you, and you're kind of highbrow. And I thought it was really interesting. It's something I've never done before. Probably won't be doing it anytime soon because it's expensive, and I'm going to be deeply, deeply poorer than I am now. But other than that, that's really kind of about it. Right now, I'm just kind of gearing up. I do have like 2 or 3 days left of the Blockbuster thing, so I'm just going to try to eke out some achievements here and there, maybe play a little bit of Wii games, but I will be canceling that. And then, who knows from there? Maybe I'll have good news. Maybe someday I'll magically win the lottery or whatnot. I do still play the lottery, even though you might think it's a waste of money. To me, it's still one of those things that I just can't give up yet. But other than that, I really can't cut that much out of my budget. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Wish me luck, and I will catch you next time.